started. We are on. We are live. We are live.
Yay.
Live on YouTube and Face. It's 1 minute to 5.
Wow, this is German timing. You start before
I
time.
hope the guys from StartHub are listening.
I hope so too.
Yeah, we have a few seconds to start. Like a few seconds to 5.
Cool.
Everyone who is on YouTube, everyone who is on Facebook, yeah, they can send in their comments or questions. Let me send them a message. Send in your questions or comments. So, Laura, where are you stationed at right now? Yeah, I'm in the hills, Uganda.
I'm in Tinder right now with a lot of sand.
Yeah, isn't Tinder a valley, a hill, or a plateau?
I don't know. I know that my house is on a hill and I can look into the valley.
Okay, so which means it is on the hill. Okay, yeah, it's exactly 5 p.m. and we are live. This is the first show, Qraft Mind Live 1.0. Everyone who is tuning in, make sure you subscribe. My name is Andrew Tugume and I'm the host this time, and I'm hosting Laura Althaus. Althaus, right?
Very well pronounced.
It's a very hard.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to use only 40 minutes. Only 40 minutes. 40 minutes, no going past that, and it's going to be very, 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 very fast. But then, as people are tuning in, Laura, I wanted us to be playing a simple game. I'm going on the screen, and you will tell us the meaning of the words on the screen, right? The words are German, English. I don't know. You are the one who is going to tell me.
Wow. Okay, you have to please zoom in. I can't read anything.
Yeah. So if you can see it, you can't read it. I've put it in full screen. Can you see it now? Okay. Let me put it in full screen for you.
I can see it.
And okay. So you will. There are only how many words? 8. The first word, is it German or English or both? What does it mean?
I think you have it also in it's English and German, but I think it's original German. Kindergarten, the place where you keep your kids if you don't want to take care of them.
Yeah, so it's a German word, right?
Yeah, it's German, but I think it's also used now in English-speaking countries.
It's a German. Okay, so which means we have been speaking German and we didn't know.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing how much German I know. The second one. The second one.
Come again, please. Now the network. Yes. The second.
Hello,
noodles.
Laura. The second one, is it German?
Noodles is not German.
The second one.
This is English.
What is it? Is it English?
Yeah, it's English.
Okay, what does it mean?
Noodles, pasta, noodle, something to eat. The Italian food.
Okay. Okay. Then the third one.
Volkswagen. This is definitely German. Our famous German brand.
Yeah. Someone made a joke that people love Ferrari, they love all these cars, but they don't know that one person owns them. How do you read that word, the third one?
Volkswagen.
I wanted to try it, but I'm going to cause havoc. Okay, the fourth one.
Kaputt. Kaputt. This is German as well. It means something is broken.
Okay. They told me it means if someone is not working, they are kaputt. I don't know if
you can use it in both ways. You can use it. Something is broken, or you are kaputt. You're so tired. You're exhausted. You can also use it.
So even someone who doesn't have like a job right now, they are kaput. Okay. Then the
Yeah.
fifth.
The fifth, Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is so German, and actually it comes from Munich. This is my hometown. So
Ah,
Oktoberfest is the Bavarian beer drinking festival that happens every year. And this year is the first year ever in history that it's not going to take place because of coronavirus. So that's crazy for us. But yeah, it's more safe for sure.
so for the first time, the Germans are not going to drink beer on Oktoberfest. Okay.
Yeah, they will
Then the
still drink
sixth.
beer for sure, but yeah. Sorry. The sixth,
Then
yeah.
number six.
The sixth,
Yeah.
Frank. This is actually it's a name in German. Frank. I know that it's
Ah,
also I
okay.
think an English word as well to be frank. But
Hmm.
but I know it more as a German name.
Okay. Why is it that very many German words have Frank, Frankfurt, Frank, everything? What is so special
Yeah,
about?
exactly. About Frank, I
Okay.
actually frankly don't know, but it's a special name. Okay. Uber.
That is very funny. You frankly don't know. Okay. German or it's English or it's both.
Uber is English. This is not German, but it's used in Germany as well.
Laura, the last one, number eight.
Number 8, Humberger. Humberger is also, I think, German. I'm not sure. It sounds like beer, but I'm honestly not very sure. But it sounds like a German word, but I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think people are joining in. This one was just to wait for people to tune in. If you have tuned in, we are having a German class. This is the first of its kind. We are going for an advanced one, and maybe in the next call, we'll be looking at words like Ozil, Muller, Podolski, Balak. Those are the new English and German words that we'll
Okay.
be. Yeah, words like Jürgen Klopp. Yeah, I'll be the teacher. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so we are going for the last part and then we start. Laura, the Qraft Mind team, or I can call it the Qraft Mind family, we have something called Ikigai. Okay, we don't have it, it's not ours, but we just like it and we use it a lot. It's like an initiation ceremony. Every person who joins Qraft Mind, we normally ask them this one question: what is your ikigai? I don't know if you, how do you read that word?
Ikigai. Yeah.
Okay, ikigai. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a Japanese word which means purpose, and we usually want to know what is your purpose. Why do you do what you do? Why do you wake up and do what you do? Why do you do what you do? It means purpose or life's worth. So I'm going to show you something very small. Then you will use it to answer the question.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a simple. You will just answer maybe the question using those words. Okay, so Laura, what do you love? What do you love? Maybe what you love doing, or you love whatever. What do you love?
Cool. I love to see that people are moving out of their comfort zone, that they're achieving something, that they kind of make something happen because they can, because they have the potential to do it. And I really love to see that moment.
Yeah. What are you good at, Laura? What are you good at? What do you know you are good at? What are you very, very good
Okay, I
at?
think I'm very good at guiding people. I think I'm very good at design thinking, and I'm very good at enjoying life, I think.
You're good at enjoying life? Okay. I think that is a skill I need. Okay. Laura, how do you make money? How do you make your money? What can you be paid for?
I think I'm a very good trainer. So I'm really good at training design thinking. It's training innovative products, designing myself innovative products. Yeah, so I think you can pay me for that. And I'm also a good psychologist, so you can also pay me for that one.
Okay. So psychology and product design, those are your revenue streams as an individual.
And training. Training is important
And
to
teaching,
include
yeah.
there as well.
Training,
Yeah.
training, product design, psychology. Okay. Laura, what do you think the world needs? What does the world need? What do you think the world needs?
I think the world needs that we are more kind with each other, and we are more working together than working against each other. And I think we don't need more competition, more teamwork, and to appreciate and to be grateful for what we already have, and to find a better rhythm together with the environment, together what also the earth needs, and that human beings are not putting them on top of everything. So I think that is for me very important, to find a good balance again between what is there. Yeah.
Yeah, the world needs kindness. They need to be humble. Okay, so those questions were just to open you up to the 4 words. Maybe you'll give us like 4 statements. Well, what is your passion? What is your profession? What is your mission in life? What is your vocation? Maybe we'll begin with passion. Those 4 questions have opened you up maybe to these. So what is your passion? What are you passionate about, Laura?
To see other people smile and thrive in their life.
Yeah. So every time you see someone smile, it brings joy to you. You are very passionate about that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you are a professional. That is a question. What is your profession?
I'm a professional coach, consultant, product developer, trainer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Ikigai is working. So what is your mission in life? What drives you? What pushes you? What is your mission?
My mission in life is to create in a sense a more balanced world, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. So the vocation is usually the hard one. I don't know. Do you know? But you can follow the model. The vocation is what the world needs, and you can do it and get paid for it. You know, what do you think is your vocation?
What the world's need, and I
Something
pay
that
for
the world
it.
needs, and you.
I think I would say braveness, taking risks in a way. I feel I did that, and I think the world needs that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Since we are running out of time, we are going to do it very fast. And yeah, we are now in the show. So Laura, once again, people need to see Laura. So let me show them Laura. Let me even remove the. Okay. That is Laura, right there, live from live in the house. Okay. Someone likes. You said you like enjoying life.
Yeah.
No, you said your passion. Was it your passion? I don't remember. Is enjoying life. Yeah, people are already sending in their comments. Prosy, I can't read that other name. Yeah, Derek. Okay, everyone who is tuning in, thank you so much. We are on YouTube and Facebook. So, Laura, when did you come to Africa? When did you come to Uganda specifically? Be particular.
Sorry, you have to repeat that again. I'm sorry, but the network is poor. Please repeat what you said.
I repeat it. Did you hear my question, Laura? I asked, when did you come to Uganda?
Hey, sorry. So I came to Uganda the first time in the beginning of 2018. And since 2019, I live full time in Uganda.
Okay. So 2018, then since 2019, you are a citizen of the Republic. Okay.
Almost, yeah.
When did StartHub, when did you start StartHub?
Yeah, we started in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did StartHub begin? When did StartHub begin? What is the story behind StartHub?
Yeah, so it was 2017, and one of our co-founders, he had traveled a lot in Uganda. He had done some work in Uganda before, and he met a university teacher who told him that the Uganda has so much potential because there are so many young people who want to start a business. However, they don't really get a lot of support. So the entrepreneurship curriculum is highly theoretical. It's hard to get access to finance. It's hard to get coaching and further support. And we, at the same time, we were used to a great entrepreneurial ecosystem centered around universities. So I come from Munich, and then Munich is like the tech capital in Europe, and you have a lot of support for entrepreneurs. So we as the co-founders, we felt like, okay, cool, that is actually a super exciting and interesting opportunity. And we were all at the end of our end of university, and we decided, why don't we start something like that in Uganda? So we already had a lot of friends and networks in Uganda. So in 2017, we started with a few universities, like a pilot. We started UCU, Chambogo, UMU, yeah, I think with 4 universities, and we just tried how it goes. And students got really excited, lecturers got really excited, and they told us this program is really different than what they've done before, and you actually learn how to start a practical business, and you don't dive too deep into the theory, but you really learn by doing. And that was the start for us. And then since then we scaled up our program, so we are now running a 9 weeks program at 8 different Ugandan universities, and every semester students can enroll for the program, and like every semester we make it better and better, and we build now further support programs to also provide coaching, access to finance, and so on. So it's a journey, it's a process, but it all started basically with that problem statement: how can entrepreneurship education be actionable in 2017?
Okay. Laura, you seem to be very, very, very passionate about entrepreneurship. I wonder what drives you. Why entrepreneurship? Is it because you studied it in school? Is it because you were exposed to it?
Yeah, so I was exposed to it. I attended, while I was at school, I attended a summer camp that was a boot camp, just a 1-week boot camp where we were matched with people from all around the world, and we were challenged to find a solution to a food problem. And in only 1 week, we actually developed all feasible solutions with a business model that could actually be implemented. And for me, that was like the aha moment in life. I felt like, wow, this is not a black box. It's not like only a few genius people can come up with a great innovation or a great business idea. Almost everyone can do it. And that there are tools, there are certain simple things you can actually do. And for me, that was such a great, really empowering moment in my life that I felt this is for me a great key to fulfilling one's potential and to happiness in the end, I think. So for me, entrepreneurship is really the tool that everyone can live the life in a way they want to have. Because entrepreneurship does not only mean to me that you start a business. It can also mean you start a successful project, or you come up with some social business, or you come up with a purely profit business. That all falls for me under entrepreneurship. So it's for me really this transition from being passive, waiting, just accepting life, to I'm a maker. I can do something, and I don't have to wait for others to give it to me, but I can do it myself. And this is something I really like. And this is also why I said I'm passionate about seeing people to becoming active and doing something, because I think this is just a magic moment, and this is what I would love to see many more people doing.
Yeah, I think it's something which happens to everyone. Most people start things because they were exposed to them, or maybe because they changed their lives and they feel other people can change their lives. And I agree with you. Entrepreneurship is a vehicle through which people can express themselves. You know, it's in every industry: health, technology, social, profit, non-profit. So yeah, and thank you so much for the great work you are doing in just 2 years. You've already touched, the ground. That brings me to my second question. When we were starting, you spoke about design thinking a lot, human-centered design. And I wanted to know why did you choose to go with that approach? There are many ways of doing entrepreneurship, many ways of coming up with ideas and executing them. Why did you choose design thinking of all the methods? Or maybe before you might not know what design thinking, you can first tell them what it is.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So design thinking is, let's say, a 5-step problem-solving approach where you go through different stages. So it's about understanding a problem very well, then defining the problem, ideating, coming up with very many solutions, building prototypes, and then testing the prototypes. And doing that ideally not in a just step-by-step process, but in a loop where you go through these different stages very many times. So that's the basic idea of design thinking. And why I think it's so amazing is that, first of all, it puts the focus on the problem that you solve, and it puts the focus on the human beings. And I think many business actually don't do that. And that's also why they fail, because they don't put their customer, the human, in the center. And they don't really offer services that the people really need. So I think that element is amazing about design thinking, because it forces you to really talk to the people, for example, and find out what are the problems, to then build the business idea around that. So that is one thing that I really find perfect about design thinking. And the other element is this quick testing. Because we often tend to make plans for for such a long time, and we like to write business plans, and we like to be very theoretical, and we discuss with friends, but we don't get it in practice. We don't really test if the ideas work. And design thinking forces you to quickly get it out there, get feedback, even if it's painful, and test if this idea can work or not. And through going through that loop very many times, you build in the end something really great, but around the people with a lot of feedback, and helps you to avoid that you spend, let's say, 2 years, a lot of money, a lot of time into a product or service that in the end no one wants. And then again, you have to invest in heavy marketing campaigns to sell it, but it's not really needed. And this is something I don't like about business or business ideas. And I think design thinking offers a great tool to be different than that. and to come up with products that solve problems.
Okay, so from what I heard, design thinking helps you to get the right product at the right time. It helps you to understand people and give them what they want. You to step out and show what you have done in the shortest period. Okay, you've spoken a lot. I hope people are taking notes. Okay, so now to come to the theme of the day. How can you use design thinking in this period, this COVID era, this time, this lockdown? How can you use design thinking in your work? Can you use it to see the opportunities? Can you use it to work on your existing business? Can you use it to stop losses? How can you use it? A young entrepreneur who is there, how can they use, who is out there, how can they use design thinking in this period?
Cool. So I think we can look at it from different perspectives. So when you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you haven't yet started, then design thinking is a great tool to right now observe what are people needing, where are the problems, and to really understand that very well. And really the key thing in design thinking, the only thing that you need to get right in the beginning is to do interviews, to talk to people and to really understand what's bothering them. So let's say you want to come up with a good business idea, then this is where you start from. You talk to people and really understand where are the problems right now, what is so painful to them. And based on that, you can then come up with different business ideas, get feedback again, what might work, what might not work, and come up with an idea how you can charge money for that. And this could be a really cool thing you can do right now, because there are many problems and you might have a lot of time right now. So this is really good to do for people who are not having a business yet. Then I think for entrepreneurs who already have started, even though that time, I think, is now the perfect opportunity to again apply design thinking and to also talk to your existing customers and find out what are they needing right now. What are the problems, and can you solve them with your existing business, or can you introduce maybe a new service to your business that can help in that situation? And I think this is really the time where you should grab your phone, call them if you can't see them, and really understand their needs. That's really relevant. And I think in general, with this method of understanding the problems and then coming up with new ideas and implementing them quite quickly, that can be applied for any stage of the business, and ideally can help you to reduce your losses or introduce new services and products that can make your business even better. And often we don't even need much time to implement something. This is also one thing about design thinking. If you have an idea, just try it out. In a short period of time, you can get a lot of things done, especially right now when you have the time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. So which means people are supposed to actually use this time. There, you execute it, you make phone calls, you send WhatsApp messages, you ask people, what do you think about this? Should I change? Are you okay? So that sounds like empathy, right? The way you were speaking,
exactly, yeah.
Asking people. It wasn't part of the questions, but I feel it is maybe important, because I feel someone is live watching, but they might not know design thinking to the core. Can you go through the 5 steps maybe? Me, I understood because I heard you speak and I have some simple knowledge about it. But then can you explain maybe the 5 steps that you were using? You said someone can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but you were using some knowledge. Can you share it with us?
Yes, absolutely.
What are the 5 steps?
Okay. So the first step is understanding or empathize. That basically means what I just said, that you really understand the needs and problems of people. So that can be in the beginning very, very, very many. You talk to people. Ideally, you do interviews, not surveys, because a survey can't speak, and people can only answer on what on the limited answers that you have given them.
Yeah.
Okay. Step number 1, you understand people, but ideally through conversation. Step number 2 is you define. That means you now, from all the many different problems you have heard, you define what are the core problems. What is the most pressing problem? What is the problem you are maybe also interested in solving with your business idea? That is step number 2. Then after we go to step number 3, that is now ideation. Ideation means come up with many, many, many different ideas. You can come up with crazy ideas in the beginning, simple ideas. It doesn't matter. Important here is that you don't limit your thinking, because we often tend to judge ourselves, and we in the beginning say, no, this can't work, this is not a good idea, but maybe it does. So don't limit yourself and put out very many ideas. Yeah, this is step number 3. Then step number 4 is prototype. So what's a prototype? Prototype means basically that you visualize your idea, that people can understand it easier. So in the beginning, it can be as simple as a drawing on a piece of paper or a drawing on a napkin that just outlines your steps of your business or how your product would look like or your service, so people can understand it better. And there are very many ways of a prototype. You can make a flyer, for example. Even if you don't have your business, let's say you want to do a matoke delivery service. You don't have the service up and running, but you could create already a flyer that says your business name, your service, some nice pictures, and you can send it to people and you get their feedback already without investing money or anything. And that brings me to the last step, that is testing. So testing means you get feedback from people right from the start on your business idea. And when you do it the first time, when you go through the steps the first time, it can be very simple. As I said, just a drawing on a piece of paper. The more feedback you get, the more encouraging people are, the higher advanced can be your prototype in a test. Maybe as the next step, you might want to build a mock-up website. That means just a simple website where you explain your services and you show it again to people and see how they like it. There are many free tools also to how to build a website, so you don't need much money for that. But the idea really behind is to test a lot with feedback, not building for yourself for a long time. And I think any of these steps could be applied during that period.
Okay. So can we make a scenario? I've interacted with some people. They have told me that in this period, most of them, they wake up late and wake up and sleep very late. So which means they spend most of their time sleeping, if you hear the scenario. Other people, they've told me that they put on sweatpants and jumpers, shirts. They don't put on suits and these fancy clothes anymore. So from my interview, so which means I've had some empathizing maybe. So from that interview which I've had, it means I should go to the next step, which is what? I've done some interview and I've asked people their day is, and they've told me they spend most of their time sleeping and putting on casual clothes, that is their
okay.
Yeah, so I was saying, man, if I'm to get like a business idea now, should I sell pillows? Should I begin selling T-shirts? Like, how do you what is the next step after that now?
Okay, cool. So as a next step, I would go to define. That means to really understand what is now the real problem. What is the need behind the things that I told you? Is it now the lack of structure, the lack of a routine?
Yeah.
Or what do you think is the problem behind? So let's say, for example, we think it's a lack of a routine, lack of a structure. And then I would go to the next phase of ideation. Now you can start to come up with different ideas. So for example, I'm ideating now. I offer a service where I will call you every morning and I will tell you, give you a motivational message and tell you to dress up nicely and send me a nice picture. So just random thought right now, yeah? and then I will charge them a small subscription fee per month. Now I have this crazy idea. Now I will make a drawing of how this would look like, a paper prototype, and I will show it to these people and ask them, what do you think about that idea? Would it help you? Would you pay for that? Then they can tell you, no, this idea is stupid. I will never pay for that. Then this is good. You know that this is not an idea you have to follow up. But maybe they will say, oh this is actually interesting. Or they will say, I like the part that you call me, but I don't like the part that they have to send you a picture. Whatever, they can give you feedback, and then you can come up with a new idea. So this is the first stage, and from there you can build it further up.
Okay, nice. I think with the scenario and explanation, the people have gotten what design thinking really is. And cool. From your talk, there is a lot of time you are speaking. We are speaking about time a lot. It's very hard for people to manage their time during this period. I've noticed it personally. People don't know how to balance their time. So how do you think someone should manage their time? An entrepreneur, they're at home, they have work to do, they have chores to do. Maybe some of them have kids. How do you think, or what do you think is the right way to manage time?
I think, like, what I can speak for myself personally, what really helps me is to sit down in the beginning of the week and to be very clear with myself what are things I want to achieve by the end of the week. So I already know what are my goals, what am I actually working for. And then I can break it down and decide, okay, for each day, what do I want to achieve? Then, for example, I'm a morning person. I know that I can work very well in the morning, but in the afternoon I get very slow. So what I try to do is I wake up very early. I just wake up, I get up, I make a cup of coffee, and then I start in the day. So that means before midday, I've already a lot of stuff done. That also means in the afternoon, I can become more relaxed. So these days, for example, I like to speak more often with my friends and family in Germany. So I know, okay, in the afternoon, it's fine because I already achieved so much in the morning hours. That works very well for me. Maybe for other people, it works more better to work in the night or in the evening. Then this is also fine. I think the important thing is that you're very honest with yourself of what are your goals and what do you really want to achieve. And maybe every evening to reflect, are you happy with your work today? Did you achieve what you wanted to achieve? And when you didn't achieve it, what could you do different? Even if that means you put a blocker on YouTube and Facebook and you can't access it and you prevent it from yourself to access it for a few hours. I have some friends who do that to help them to stay focused, or you switch your phone off for some hours and this is your focus time. So I think that is important to find for yourself the right tools. That's what I think. I think if you have children, it's another challenge. I don't have children, so I can't even imagine that how challenging that must be. But maybe here also getting up very early, I don't know. No, I don't want to give advice because I don't know how it must be. But for the others, I think planning can really help.
Yeah, I agree. I think planning. There's a question. I don't know how you can answer it. About time and smart. The question is, should I put in more time or should I work smart? And I think, like the way you are saying it, planning makes you work smart. It's not about the time. From the way I heard you speak, it's about the planning. If you can plan very well, you can do a lot of work in the shortest time,
exactly.
Right? Okay, I'm going to read a few comments. Someone says, I love the way she explains the situations. Another one says, I'm learning a lot. Barnabas says, I love her thinking. She's a great trainer. Tony says, this is very golden. Yeah, there are many comments going on Facebook, YouTube. Thank you guys who are tuning in and commenting. I think you are a great teacher too. Okay, I can't comment, but I've
Thank you.
commented. Yeah, so there is something to do with learning, and I've noticed it, and I think you agree with me that learning is very, very important, like super important, and people find it hard to balance learning and working. And I think it's very impossible for you to produce anything unless you learn how to do it. So, how are you doing your learning personally? And are there any tips you have for someone who wants to use this period to learn new things? What new things are you learning? You know, something to do with learning.
Cool. Okay, so I'm a really visual learner, so I really like to read. That is it's quite easy for me. So I just get some books I found interesting. But another thing I also really like is watching YouTube videos on a specific topic, not falling into the trap of watching a lot of entertaining videos, but really the videos you want to learn. So I personally right now am really interested in urban farming and permaculture especially, and I started to look for free online courses on that topic, and there are so many amazing online courses out there right now that are completely for free. And I set myself like a specific day, like, okay, on the weekend, on the Saturday, I will do the next session of the permaculture course, and I really celebrate it as something amazing and something I'm really grateful for, that I can learn something new, something more. I think the important thing is that you figure out for yourself, what do you really want to learn, what's relevant for you. And a long time I did the mistake that I always wanted to learn what I thought other people expect from me, or where I thought I should know it in a way, or I should learn it. But I felt I was so unmotivated about it. But when I figured out, when I do something I'm really passionate about, for example, agriculture right now, this is for me super exciting, then I'm learning becomes also very easy. And I think this is right now is a great time to also really follow our passion, follow our heart, and to ask yourself, what do you want to learn? What are you really excited about? Is it a language? Is it a topic? Is it a specific person you want to follow? And then to be very deliberate and pick a specific day or a specific hour every day when you want to focus on that certain topic. And what helps me as well is journaling. So I'm journaling always about what I've learned. And it's not like a long text, it can just be a few key points, what I found fascinating, because then it sticks easier to my mind. I don't forget it so fast again. And it makes it more fun in a way. So these are things I apply right now. And honestly, I'm really grateful to have the time right now to do something new. And I wish that if you have some time at hand, that you really use it and learn something you always wanted to learn and you never took the opportunity. Now is really the time for it.
Yeah, I agree. Now is the time to learn something which you wanted to learn, but then you couldn't. Someone says, someone has a question about design thinking, but I'm going to read it to you afterwards because I want to first finish the questions here. Someone has a question on design thinking. Yeah. You said you do urban farming and what is permaculture? I don't think I know what that is.
Okay, permaculture is like a sustainable way of agriculture. How you can do agriculture without doing harm to the soil and so on, to be more in harmony with the nature, basically.
It's white collar farming. Okay, so what do you plant? What do you grow? What kind of a farmer are you?
I'm a beginner. First of all, I'm a beginning farmer, and I'm growing my first crops right now. So I have tomatoes on my balcony. I have lettuce. I have mint. I have basil. I have eggplant. I have a spinach. Yeah, and I have strawberry. Yeah, this is what I have for now.
That is a lot. It's as if you have the whole Garden of Eden on your rooftop. Is it a rooftop? Is it? That is too much. Do you own a Tinder or something?
No, it's a simple balcony. We are renting a simple apartment with a simple balcony, but it's very possible there as well. I think our neighbors think we are a bit crazy, but it's fine for us.
How do you manage? I'm beginning to get ideas around my house.
Yeah.
Next time, maybe after the show. Okay. So when are the tomatoes and eggplants getting ready? Are you going to sell them
I
or?
don't know.
Is
No,
it
I
something
will enjoy them.
going to be? Okay, they
I
are
think
for
I will
person.
enjoy them myself. Yeah.
Okay. So my final question, and then we read the questions in the chat. If you are watching,
Okay.
you can write the questions in the chat. Um, Collaboration, teamwork, communication, team. Every business person has someone they are working with. They have a team they are working with. It's one of the big things. You know, the team is very, very important. How do you handle teamwork and collaboration and working together, your team at StartHub, and all the people you work with? How do you um, do that? How do you do team collaboration?
Okay, so at the moment, we found a really beautiful tool for us. So every morning at 10 a.m., we have a team call, just a short check in. It's just 15 to 20 minutes. And every morning, another person leads that call. And that person who's responsible to lead the call, they think about a topic. So it can be doing a short yoga session together, or doing some push-ups together, or it can be sharing about our favorite movie, or it can be just reflecting of the weeks, what are our highs and lows. And then we always share also what we are working on that day and what we want to achieve on that day. So that provides us first with more accountability with each other. And secondly, it gives us very deliberate time to get to know each other much better, because you share more, you have more intentional time together.
Yeah,
And that really gives us a structure, that gives us a rhythm, and provides us with, more team time in a way. So we really like
yeah,
that kind of method.
yeah. Which tool do you use? Is it Slack, Zoom, Hangouts? Which tool do you use to do all that stuff?
Okay, we
What?
do the very olden Skype for that, the
Okay.
very old Skype for that tool.
Ah.
Uh-huh. And then we have a
I'm sorry for
Trello.
laughing, but yeah.
It's okay. And then we have a Trello board. So we work in different teams, and each work team has their Trello board where they always put the goals and deliverables for the week. So it's very transparent and everyone can see. So that also works quite well for us.
Okay, so you guys do old school Skype and then new school Trello.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have a personal mantra. I call it the 40s. I think it's because I'm in the tech space. It is tools, time, technologies, and what? How many have I said? It is tools, team, time, and technologies. So I believe that every team needs to do work in a specific time. They need some tools to do the work, and they need some technologies to what? To execute the work. Okay. Yeah, I think I've pretty much covered all the questions I had for you, Laura. But then we are going to get some questions from the guys who are watching. And then I wanted to ask you some of the Luganda words that you have learned so far since 2017. I don't know, Luganda, or I don't know, any other language. Then I wanted to ask you what StartHub does in case someone wants to get some of your services. So someone says, how do you tell the degree of truth or the authenticity of the feedback from the people you ask concerning the business idea? I think he's referring to the interview stage, the empathy. He's saying when you're doing the interviews, how do you trust the feedback from the users, from the people? How do you trust that feedback?
Yeah, that's a good question. So what I would do always is to do a very good introduction where you create a lot of trust. So that's important, I think. So when you start the interview, you can tell them the background. You can say, hi, my name is Laura. You're working right now on a new business idea, but you're yet not sure if that idea really makes sense. So you're seeking for very honest feedback, and if you can ask them a few questions.
Yeah.
If you create some kind of introduction, then people will be much more open to also tell you honestly if they think something is not good or good. It's not a guarantee, but that works quite well. So I would really say try that for the start, to create a lot of trust between the people and you, and that they don't feel like you're selling something to them, but you really want feedback, you really want to learn.
Yeah. So the answer, really, to sum it up, is you come like undercover, kind of. People don't need to feel like you are selling something. You are trying to pull information out of them in the simplest way possible. Okay. Then someone says, everyone knows that the tourism sectors have been heavily affected. What advice can you give to people who have been earning a living from tourism?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I agree. That is really difficult. I think the comforting thing is that I'm very sure tourism also is going to come back. So maybe this is also the time right now to understand maybe how can you be different than your competitors, to look at other tourism service providers, and more understanding how can you be different when the new times are there. But I know it's very difficult. But I have one friend, for example, he's in the tourism sector as well. And what I saw, what he's doing is that he builds really heavily up his social media presence right now. And he's sharing a lot. He's doing a lot of videos and always putting like, please travel tomorrow or something like that. So he keeps his potential visitors engaged already now with a lot of beautiful pictures and something. So I think this is really cool. This is something you can do. And he's starting now to learn actually German, because many German tourists are coming. So he also uses that time to build up his skills to be later a more attractive provider. So these are things that might not help you immediately right now, but that can help you maybe later when things are a bit more normal again, to get even more customers. So maybe that's one thing, to use that time effectively.
Yeah. Today I watched an advert from the National Wildlife Authority, and I loved it. It ended with, stay home, stay safe, we are traveling soon. So they put all these nice pictures of the waterfalls and the animals, and then they say, yeah, stay home, stay safe, we are traveling soon. I think you should just change slightly in your model, keep people informed about you, and then hope for the best. And then also, research shows that people are going to be avoiding moving to other nations. So people are going to be doing tourism in their own nations. So most of the tourists are going to be Ugandans visiting their own. Most Ugandans have never gone to Queen Elizabeth. Most Ugandans don't even know where the source of the Nile is. But research shows that people are going to be now touring their own vicinities. Okay. The person says, thank you so much for the answer. I think he really got it. Another person says, so getting a business idea, would questionnaires work very well? I think they're asking what is the best method of interviews. Should they do verbal or should they do questionnaires? What is the best format of interviews?
Okay, so the best thing is to speak with people. So don't give them just a questionnaire to fill, because then you can't really understand the problem very well. You should have a guideline. Think about the most important question you want to ask, but then you talk to them. Do an interview on phone, or if you can see them in person, but be free also in a question. That is the most important thing to do.
Yeah. So verbal interviews are more empathetic. That they bring out empathy more. Okay. Everyone loves your garden. They have not seen it, but I think the way you explained it, everyone in the comments they love the garden. Even me, I think from the way you explained it, I should see it one day. Juliana
Absolutely.
says she loves strawberries. You said you have strawberries, right?
Yeah.
Nuwamanya says I like her garden. Okay, so I think it's a good one. I should do something around my house also. Okay, how can we be? This is the last one, and we close. We have only 6 minutes. Colin says, "How well can we be?" I don't get it very well, but I think I've understood it. He is asking, how can he get in the field he loves? How can he work? The question is not very clear, but he's asking how well can we be in the fields we love? I think he's asking how can he do what he loves? I think he's asking something to do with passion and work.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it's also here about figuring out, first of all, what you're really interested about, and then thinking about many different ideas, how you could use that for business, for example, to connect, to combine that. Or if that's not possible and you're employed and you have a certain job, then, for example, create in your free time very deliberate activities around your passion. But I think if you can combine passion and business, that's ideal. So figure out what you really want to do and then think hard how you can combine it. That's what I can say.
Yeah, I think the question was how can he be the best in his field? I think it's a question of excellence. How can he be the best in his field? Okay, what are some of the tips if someone wants to excel in whatever they are
Okay,
working
I
on?
think then it's a
How
lot
can you
of
excel? How can you be exceptional at what you're
okay,
working
I
on?
understand now. I think then it's a lot of hard work, a lot of practice, a lot of learning. I think learning is again here the key word. You can never end learning. So keep learning, keep reading, keep learning from others who are really good in your field
Yeah.
and have very, very high quality standards. I think that is also important that you really check yourself very honestly. Is this what you're doing already really, really good, or can it be better? And I think a really good thing is to look for people who you look up to, who are in your field, but who do exceptional work, and to learn from them, to see how are they doing it, what are the books they are reading, who are the people they are meeting, and to learn from that. And then again, you will meet new people and you can again learn from them. I like to be inspired by people who I think do great work. That is for me a good way of to becoming better as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so the answer is stay classy. By classy, I mean stay in class, keep learning, um, have role models, people you look up to, keep learning. That is how you excel, and then hard work. The questions are many. We will have to, but I think this is important because you said you are in 8 universities, right? Your services are in 8
Yeah.
universities. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone asked, how can a student um, develop himself while still at school to earn money? How can a student earn money while still at school?
Cool. So you can join our program because that's exactly what we are teaching.
Okay, so
And
join StartHub.
yeah, exactly. So maybe also
Okay.
one interesting thing to share that could be relevant for the audience is that we are starting from next week a big business online business ideation workshop class. It's going to be like for 8 weeks together with Kane, the Kampala Angel Investor Network. So we are going to run sessions with them together.
Yeah, I
How
know them.
students can develop businesses that can attract investment. And we are going to have them giving some advices on investment, and we're going to have StartHub guiding through a design thinking journey. So that could be something really relevant for the students or also others in the audience right now who are looking for a great business idea. And this is going to happen very many times in the next weeks.
Okay.
It's a free online session as well.
Okay, so we are going to put the link to that event in the YouTube about under this video and Facebook. Yeah, we'll share the link. People will find it there if they want to be a part of it. Okay, we are done with questions. What are some of the 5 Luganda words you've learned so far? Or you have more than 5? Do you have a full dictionary? What are some of the Luganda words you've mastered so far?
Oliotia sebo webali nyonyo. What else? Sula bulunji.
Hello, Laura, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. People are loving Sulabunji. People are loving your Luganda words. Okay. Been listening
okay. Now I'm
in.
back.
Thank you so much. Have a full evening. See you next time. It's been Qraft Mind Live.